Welcome to the laboratory, Nature Boss. I am Dr. Okan, your Senior JAMB Chief Examiner. We are reviewing the 2026-2027 syllabus to understand the specific mechanics that keep complex life operational. Our focus is strictly anchored in Section A1b, which governs living organisms, specifically cell structure and the levels of organization. The board tests two precise objectives here. You must be able to compare and contrast the internal structures of plant and animal cells, and you must correctly trace the 5 levels of organization in their logical sequence. The exam focuses on how structures relate to their functions. Candidates who only memorize names of organelles without identifying their role in a system often struggle with higher-level application questions. We are here to study the biological logic of how a single microscopic unit scales into a functional living machine.
Consider why students who read the textbook cover to cover still miss simple level of organization questions on the UTME. This often happens when a student treats euglena or an onion bulb as isolated facts to be memorized. They miss the functional relationship connecting those parts to the whole organism. The examiner's deception relies on this. The board will select a common, visually simple object, like a thin, flat leaf, and challenge you to classify it, knowing many will guess based on its size rather than its internal complexity. To defeat the board, you must adopt the architect's mindset. Every organism, plant or animal, follows a specific blueprint of interconnected parts. Building a living organism operates on the same logic as constructing a manufacturing factory in Legos. This foundational unit is the cell. Like the euglena, one single cement block can form a complete structure. Grouping identical blocks for a specific task creates a tissue. An epithelial layer is a wall of matching cells protecting the underlying structure. While a single cell operates independently, cells within a tissue are collaborative, depending on each other to maintain their shared wall. Complexity increases as specialized units group together to handle physical workloads a single cell cannot manage. Assembling different tissues into a room forms an organ, like an onion bulb. Connecting organs with plumbing creates a system, like the digestive network. When all systems integrate and operate synchronously, you have the complete organism, from Chlamydomonas to a human being. Every function of the completed organism is driven by these stacked, specialized systems operating in sequence. Since we know how blocks stack up, we must look at why the individual cement block of a plant is structurally different from an animal's. These differences are driven by survival requirements. A stationary plant must manufacture its food from sunlight. This table maps the biological requirements. Because plants are stationary, they need rigid cell walls to stand upright. They use chloroplasts as solar panels. Animals face entirely different survival pressures. We must continuously move and bend to find food or avoid predators. Animal cells lack the rigid outer wall to maintain flexibility, relying instead on internal skeletal frameworks or specialized tissues for support. These structural variations are engineering choices dictated by the survival strategy of each species. Examine this 2014 UTME question. It tests your grasp of organization levels by asking you to classify a leaf into one of 4 categories. Run a design check, Nature Boss. Based on our factory analogy, what is the specific job of the leaf? It's easy to assume it's a tissue because a leaf often appears thin and simple. However, recall the internal mechanics. A leaf contains an epidermis, palisade mesophyll, and vascular bundles like the xylem and phloem. It is composed of several distinct tissue types. A leaf functions as the chemical kitchen for the plant. It is a discrete structure built to provide nutrients for the entire organism. Relying on surface appearances leads to errors. Evaluating the functional blueprint reveals its true structural level. The correct answer is IV, organ. The tissue option is a distractor that catches candidates who classify based on shape rather than internal complexity. Let's run a final diagnostic. Question 13 from the 2014 paper asks for the correct sequence of increasing complexity. The sequence we established today applies here. Cell, tissue, organ, then system. Excellent analysis, Nature Boss. You've seen the design. Your mastery of Section A1b is confirmed. Return to the dashboard and take the mastery quiz. We are building a true scientist here. Biology requires seeing the design in every structure. No shaking, Nature Boss. To lock in this biological blueprints, head over to the studio to review the section A1b slides and infographic, then prove your strength. The relationships between these biological structures follow consistent rules. When you understand those rules, the exam questions become much clearer. I'll see you in the next briefing.